The Potsquatch Growers. What are we doing this time? You're like, wait, he's not on the set. He doesn't have all his fancy shit. Well, fuck that fancy shit today. I was kind of in the mood to kind of do how we used to do. Here we go. There we go. That's a better way to hold them. But everybody, welcome to the show. I figured, you know what? I'd have more fun in these shows when we were just kind of using the cell phone and popping around with it and having fun that way. So, you know what? We're going to have a good time. So anyway, everybody, 1 second here. I'm just going to grab a cigarette. We're going to pop outside. And for those of you who prefer the new version of the show, don't worry. That's normally how we do it. But today, I figured, let's go back to old school. Let's go back to holding the phone and just talk to motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's get back to the beginning here. What's up, Aaron? How you doing? What's up, Green Meaty 420? What's happening, baby? What's up to Ruxaholics? How you doing, my friend? It's right. It's squatch time, baby. Bloody hell. Let's move outside away from the dogs barking too loud. All right. We can still go sit down on the set, but today we're going to do the show how we used to do it. Just using the cell phone and chat with people. Forgive me for the nose shot there, everybody. All right. It's a beautiful day here, as you can see here. Let's see if we can flip the camera. This is where we're sitting here, coming to you from beautiful British Columbia, Canada. That's right. We're here on the property of Potsquatch, surrounded by mountains, in a small little community town that nobody knows fuck all about, except that maybe they may know that this is where they shot Rambo's first blood. And because we're mobile today, we're going to be able to show you the plants as well. All right. But I'm going to have a sit down here, and we'll start to get to chatting with everybody in the show so far, and we'll go from there. All right. So, pizza has been ordered. Joint will be rolled shortly. There you go. What now? Here's the question, Aaron. What kind of pizza did you order, my friend? All right. That's right. It's Squatch Classic. It's called a dumbass with a cell phone. All right. Yes, Tony Clifton. I live in town, so I have tons of houses surrounding me. I got neighbors right on top of me. But at the end of the day, when you live in one of the most expensive places in Canada to live, in a runaway market, you take the house you can get. And sadly, to get an acreage in this area, it costs $1 bajillion. So that's why we're working towards that. But at the end of the day, I don't mind having neighbors. It's all good, baby. I'm already taking over this town anyway, so it's all good, baby. What's up, Wild Bill? How you doing, baby? Good to see you. Fuck, I'm already liking this way better. Like, I mean, I feel so constricted when we're on the normal set and doing it that way. I feel so constricted, you know, and I don't know, this just feels real, you know, and we hear the crows cawing in the background. Yeah. And this way, though, doing it this way, we can actually kind of, you know, we can float around, we can show you the plants, get in there, fuck around with that, show you some of that stuff and all that, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Chris McGarry? He says, chilling, I'm dumb high. Oh, that's all right. Don't worry. I'm just high enough. So that's okay. I'll guide you through this dumb high area. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I agree with you, Aaron. I agree with you. I wonder if we can zoom on this. Can we zoom? Can we show people some of the... Oh, we can. Check this out, everybody. Ooh. What's up, Visible Forms Pilgar? Good to see you, my friend. Oop, I did not mean to do that. There we go. Hey. What's happening? No, we're doing it old school today. Keeping it real. Keeping it fine. Keeping it fun. You know what I'm saying? I actually prefer doing the shows this way. I hate all this technological crap. And one day we'll have a production team and they'll be able to wire stuff so I can still do the show this way. But, yeah, it's better. What's happening, the Divine Sorcerer? Good to see you, my friend. What's happening, Adam Wild? Good to see you. That's right. Beautiful BC, you know what I'm saying? BC also stands for bring cash. It's bloody expensive, but what can you do? Tony Clifton, what's the name of that big hill? Well, that's not a hill. That's a mountain, by the way. We are surrounded by mountains here. Just because there's trees on it doesn't make it a hill. That is astonishingly high, actually. It's quite a large land mass. And I don't know the name of any of the mountains, to be honest with you. Couldn't tell you. Look up Hope, British Columbia. And you can switch all around and check it out on the Google Maps there. And you can figure out where we're coming to you from. What's up, Warren Bay Level? How you doing? What's up, Olden Days? Good to see you, baby. Lobster boy, what's happening to Hizzy, baby? It's been a minute too. Are you still lobster fishing and all that shit? All right. What's up, Monty's 420? What's up, Vic Victor? How you doing, Kev T? Good to see you, buddy. Henry Montgomery, good to see you, baby. All right, Irish Wanderer in the fucking house. Welcome to the show, buddy. There was actually a commercial before the show. It's funny because when I try to do it through the other thing, it doesn't work. But then when I do my cell phone, they do. And part of the fun part is because they get mad anytime I show pot plants. So it's like trick them into monetizing it. And then I'll show some weed, and then they'll be all like, oh no, oh no, oh no. What's up, Mr. Donnie Doomsday 3? Good to see you, my friend. Yeah. Is this the new house? It is homegrown cannabis. Actually, once I've done this cigarette, we can kind of give everybody a little tour if you'd like. That's right, you know. And also, too, like, fuck, I prefer doing these shows just with my fucking phone. When we're sitting on the set, I feel so constricted, and there's a camera and a formal microphone, and I don't know how to use the programs, and I'm like, oh, God. But doing it this way, it's just kind of like proper hanging out, you know what I mean? We got a local crow that's in on the show, too. He's wanting to let everyone know he says hi. What's up, homie? Hey. We'll take you on a little tour. Where is he? I think he's sitting in the... We got a giant tree on our property here. I'll show you. There's a giant tree right there. That's on our property there. I think he's sitting there in that tree somewhere cawing at us. Oh, there he is. Where'd he go? And there he is. There's the homie that's talking to us, everybody. He's right there. Mr. Crow, hanging out with the Potsquatch crew, man. That's right. All right. Oh, lobster boy. We got to figure out a way for you to send me some fresh halibut, buddy. I love that fresh halibut. You know what I'm saying? Halibut is a divine fish. Ugly fucking thing. Huge, huge, weird looking fish. But my God, are they tasty. Sorry, I'm a little stoned. And I find that quite amusing, the crow in the background. No, but things are going well here. And just to, you know, update everybody, we are going to be releasing the 2 weeks of flower update. We didn't do a week one. Often, I will not do that, to be fair. I always say I will, and then a lot of the times I don't. Because week one's kind of useless, let's be fair. It's kind of dumb and boring. Week 2, though, we got some real shit coming on, and we can kind of show you what's happening. Oh, I know, Tony Clifton. I love me some halibut, I'll tell you. Bloody expensive, though. What's up, Texas Squatch? Howdy, y'all. How y'all doing now in Texas? Yes, we're in Bay Level. A halibut is a big, weird, flat-looking fish. That is correct. Ain't no real halibut fishing out here where I am. I'm out in the mountains, so... We got salmon and other shit, but we don't got no halibut. But, you know, that's why we got friends on the East Coast, right? Lobster boy, I'm looking at you, man. I need you to send me some halibut, son. Well, what you got growing right now, Kev T? Tell us all about your grow. Would you kick it in? What you got rocking? I have a plant or two myself doing all right. Yes, no, I don't think, I mean, not that I know tons about the fish availability in South Africa, but to my knowledge on the preferred environment of the halibut, I could not see them spawning and existing out in South Africa. All right, I said I would give everybody... Dude, that's awesome, Mr. Donnie Doomsday 3. Oh, I'm very proud of you and happy for you. All right. So everyone wanted a tour, so let's do that. So here's my backyard. It's my backyard. Nice, sweet little backyard. It's all cute and shit. There we go. There's the giant tree in the front of the property there. Oh, yeah. Very sweet, very nice, you know. Then we come in here. This is kind of what we affectionately call the music room. 1953 Hammond M2, gifted to me by David Stone, the rock legend organist of the band Rainbow. Kind of this is the little mud room in here. Oh, dogs have been shitting. We got to clean that up. We'll do it after the show. Kind of called this the mud room here, everybody. This is kind of Mrs. Potsquatch's special room. Don't tell her I showed you. It's kind of where she has all of her stuff and is slowly but surely setting it up and getting it going. She's got her own sweet washroom that she's remodeling right now with a jacuzzi in there. Very nice. All right. This is the kitchen here, everybody. Kitchen of the new house. Keep it real, keep it sexy. Here the puppies hanging out on the lazy boy. Or not the lazy boy, the sectional. Say hi, everybody. Oh, Betty. You want everybody to give you belly rubs. Well, I'm only here, so we'll go. Oh, Betty, that's a good go. Mogwai. Mogwai. Say hello, Mogwai. Mogwai. Oh, he's being shy. He's a good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Yeah. There we go. Well, anyway, let's continue on downstairs. We're going to grab a beer. Extra beer to take downstairs with us. The fridge of Potsquatch. There we go. Grabbing me darts. Oh, shit. 1 second, everybody. There we go. Behind the scenes at Potsquatch Growers. Now, the lab's a little messy. I'm still working really hard on trying to get that shit all, organized and going. But you can see it all, too. Over here, we've got there's a guest bedroom behind here. There we go. There we go. Guest bedroom in here. Another washroom, what I call the main washroom here. There we go. Ooh, yeah. Taking everyone on tour of the house, All right, now we're coming around here. Here's the main bedroom. This is kind of our entranceway here. We got a new door coming. Big stainless, or not stainless steel, big heavy-duty steel door that we're going to be installing here. We've ripped it all out. As you can tell, it was not done properly, so we're rebuilding all that and getting it going. If you look very closely, there's little eyeballs on these things there. That's some of Miss Potsquatch's creativity. In here, got the master bedroom. I've not made the bed yet, so don't tell my wife. Main bedroom here, everybody. All right. Now, let's head on downstairs. There you go, Irish Wanderer. Yeah, the boom boom room. That's right. But the fun thing is when you own a house and you're kinky, every room could be a boom boom room. What's up, TJ? Good to see you, buddy. There we go. It's a little messy down here. Someone had a poop. I gotta clean that up too. Behind here, magical mystery tour, everybody. But we'll get into that in a second. Hey. Like I said, it's a little messy right now, but we apologize on that one. And this is the office, though, everybody. This is the downstairs office area. This is the normal set where we bring you the show. That's normally where I'm sitting and doing the things and shooting the things, But, yeah, like I said, a little chaotic, a little messy. I apologize for that, but, here we are. Here we be. Doing an old school show. Showing everybody what's happening. Let's get back and actually... There we go. We'll just talk to some people there. So, how's everybody doing today, though? Let's get in depth. Let's talk to each other. How's everybody doing? Yes, down south grower. This is the new house. That's part of the why we're doing the little tour there and puttering around and showing everybody. There is a real house that I actually exist in. It does exist, and we're coming to you from Hope, British Columbia. That's not a bad little place. You know what I mean? 1,001 little things to fix, I'll tell you, everybody. But we're working on it slowly but surely. We're getting her done, right? So. Here's the rosin press. Who remembers the rosin press? It still exists. There we go. It's where we make magic happen. We've got some rosin actually chilling in the freezer here. This is some Rockstar right there that we did. Just got to collect it and then temper it, put it into a jar there. I think I need a joint though, so I'm going to roll myself a joint while we all talk here. Where can we put this? Bear with me, everybody. I'm not used to doing these old school shows. Plus, the phone I'm using now doesn't have anything to grip it on it. All right, let's roll the joint. There, a bag of shrooms can hold the phone. What's up, Kamika the Stoke, or Carmike the Stoke? I couldn't quite read your name. I apologize. I'm just chilling, Mike Sparkies. Doing my thing, rolling a joint. We're doing an old school show today. Just gonna roll myself a little jizzoint. Then we can get back to kind of doing what we're doing. Rolling some Rockstar Kush right now, everybody. That's what we're rolling. A little bit of Rockstar here. That's what we're smoking on today. Even though I've got 1,001 grinders all over the house, I don't actually know where any of them are, so we're just gonna scissor snip it. All right. Really excited to be releasing the 2 weeks of flower update tomorrow, I'll tell you. Things are looking good. Everyone who's tuning in and watching the show today will get a sneak peek, obviously, in there. And we're going to hop in there and show everybody some of those weed titties. Sure. I mean, Ruxaholics, your girl is named Wampus what? Wampus Cat. This is Uncle Potsquatch calling Wampus Cat. Wampus Cat, hello. The phone recording this is sitting on a bag of magic mushrooms. How's it going, Wampus Cat? Hope you're doing well. Oh, I mean, we could show you a bunch of different magic mushrooms. I mean, that'd be funny. A bunch of different varieties. No, so I haven't actually worked with any of in-house genetic strains. I won't lie to you. I haven't worked with any of the real breeders out there in the colloquial age for quite some time. I take issue with how things are done by most companies. So that's why most of the genetics that we have in our genetic vault have come to myself through breeders that I respect, love, and work with, including Gazzers himself. Hell, we got a bunch of Gazzer genetics sitting up in here in the fridge. I haven't actually put them in the glass yet. Gazzer's probably watching going, you haven't done it yet? You got them fucking forever ago. But it is what it is. I was driving a coworker home last night. They gifted me some freak show beans, supposedly. So we will bring that back so everyone can actually see, because almost no one's ever run the full freak show, and it's kind of a shitty strain at the end of the day. It just looks cool. But we're even going to get that going for everybody. I don't use in-house or anything like that. I use real genetics. Fuck the people ripping people off and fucking up genetics, not doing anything right. That's what I grow, baby. Real growers, man, breeding real weed. Oh, shit. I probably just pissed a few people off, but that's okay. I don't mind. That's part of the lovable charm of the Potsquatch. You know what I'm saying? Kev T, anything New Age is fucking a write-off as far as I'm concerned, but you know how I feel about these things, Kev T. We've talked about that. And it's all good. It's all good. Well, that's cool, Kev. And I know you're happy, but that doesn't mean I trust anyone, man. Uncle Potsquatch only really typically brings in things that are old, and we're building our own repertoire of genetics for people. I've noticed that, Warren Bay level. I see it all the time. I don't know what like the appropriate colloquial response to that is, but I just know that Uncle Potsquatch sees it, very much appreciates it. Much love, my friend. Instagram is a weird, strange place, isn't it? It's like everybody just rolling this jizz away. What's up, flight risk on level plane? How's it going? I'm just chilling. We're doing the old school style show, everybody. We'll get in there and show you some weed titties in a few minutes, too. Because since we're using the cell phone and doing it how we used to do it, we can actually easily float around and show people stuff. Well, don't tell me I've lost my lighter, no? Oh, there it is. There we go. Hey, yo. All right. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, Kev T, you know, it's like people say they got this, they got that, and that's fine. But I mean, I don't trust nobody. That's why I'm getting to the game. I only am going to be releasing genetics that I verified from my actual growth and understanding of them. Luckily for me, I've seen a lot of different weed over the years, and you know, hey, that's just how it is. Flight risk on a level plane. I am smoking some Rockstar Kush right now. Nice little classic there. This one was grown by Nolan and old Tony, his dad there. So big shout out to them, local growers here, part of the Potsquatch Growers Army. Wants to see some weed. They're due for a big water today. So we got to get here and do that. We released the 2 weeks update tomorrow, but as you can tell, we got weed titties. We're going to have to raise that one light. I actually bent the one branch down that's there, as you can see there. Bent her down a bit, but I'm probably going to go in and knuckle it. But it's coming together, though. It's going to be a big run, I'll tell you. You know, what's up, Richard Harrington? I'm just chilling, you know, doing an old school show like we used to do. Showing the people the titties. How you doing, girl? How you know? Oh, wait, I got a joint in my hand. It's harder to do with a joint in my hand. Fuck it. So we got 3 double squatch systems in here. We got one of the classic, for those who like to hate on us, you know, the baking trays. You're damn right it's a fucking baking tray. It's called Brilliant. Shut the fuck up and read a book. But we got the X4 3500 301H boards on that. These puppies here, killing it, rocking it here. We don't actually have our drivers even at 100% right now. We're going to turn those up in the next coming days. We got some 3050R double squatch racks on either side. And actually, I was thinking about, because we got a shitload of power. We got 80 amps dedicated between these 4 plugs, eh? So what I'm thinking there is what we might actually do is do some side lighting. Maybe I'll like just strap a double squatch onto the wall here. And then maybe one on the back, or, you know, figure it out. Do some side lighting maybe. That's kind of what we're thinking there, you know. Jokes on YouTube. They're all like, "Oh, let's give this guy commercials on the show," and then here I am going old school with my phone and actually showing the devil's lettuce. Oh God, the dangerous thing. Yes, Tony Clifton, 80 amps. So each plug, these are high voltage outlets. So each plug on this outlet has a dedicated 20 amp breaker, a total of 80 amps. We got 420s, guys, girls, these days. We got 420s. Vic Victor, you should never use mirrors in here. You can use mirrors to bounce light, and you can use mirrors and reflective stuff to actually intensify luminous shit. But never coat your rooms in mirrors, because that's going to create hot spots and create danger zones. As you can see, there's lots of defoliation. Some of these fan leaves here you're seeing like this, these came from when we were jinxing hardcore on shit, you know. Gotta come through and defoliate a lot. That's one of the things we're gonna be doing in the video tomorrow. There's still the odd thripe action happening, but we have deployed predatory mites hardcore throughout the plants, and they're going hard. Sorry, I just saw half a thrip that had been ripped apart by a predatory mite. We've got the generalized predatory mites in here going on, and they are rocking and rolling and fucking up and kicking ass and taking names. There we go. I'm just defoliating as I usually do as we go in these shows, how we used to do it. But yeah. As you can tell, though, we got some titties happening. Like, it's going to be a big crop up in here, you know what I'm saying? Like, the plants are a bit big for the space, to be completely honest with you. We will see how this all ends up finishing up. But eventually, if I have to, what I'm going to do is kind of get rid of the old ring mounts here, and I'll probably actually just put some anchors into the ceiling, and then maybe put little hooks into the side holes here and just lift it on. We'll do some side lighting, cranker drivers the next day or two, and just go big or go home and see what happens. You know what I'm saying, everybody? Yes, I can see if I can find a thrip, because there are still the odd thrip in here. Thrips have 5 or 6 life stages. Here's one sitting on the top leaf here. This is a fairly young thrip in there. See that little stick bug thing? Look at him right there. That's a thrip. Squished him. But that's a little thrip though, and as it's developing, but we've deployed 20,000 predatory mites a few days ago. Typically with predatory mites to basically eradicate everything that's going on here, it's going to take them about 10 or 20 days. Each predatory mite of a generalized state, typically the adult females have 50 to 60 eggs in there, and so it's going to get it under control. It's all natural. It's the way to go. A majority of all greenhouse crops, whether it's wheat or food in Canada, all employ predatory mites. They're great friends to have, and it's going to be all right. We got to do a big feed in here today, and I actually ordered another 20,000 predatory mites to just really go big or go home and see what happens. But it's coming together, though. We got our big carbon scrubber going in the back there. I don't know if you can see it. That right there is kind of the fan on it. Monty's 420, there's a great Canadian supplier, actually, of predatory mites. So they come from Vancouver Island. Classically, they are marketed as a product. They're called grub grenades. You can order them in a bunch of different sizes: 500 mites, 2,000 mites, 5,000 mites, 20,000 mites, and then you can order like really, really big orders of them as well. The 20,000 mite order is about, I'd say after taxes, Canadian is about $87. One second here, everybody. I'm just reading. Yes, it wasn't dead bugs, Warren Bay leveled. It was actually dead nematodes, which are beneficial microscopic worms. If anything, actually, nematodes in terms of like a thrip infestation or any soil propagating thing are actually vastly faster acting typically than predatory mites. Predatory mites, in and of themselves, are in fact a bug culture that are going to go in there, and it takes time for them to kind of get established, map out the territory, and go to war. But at the end of the day, we tried to go the nematode route, but they showed up, and sadly, pot poppers, they showed up, and they were all dead. When they come and they show up as a kind of an amber-colored, weird spherical thing, that means they're dead. They're supposed to be nice and light-colored, kind of like a light yellow white or so. When they show up looking like that, that means they're not dead, but if they show up looking any other fucking way, they're fucking dead. So, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Gazzers and Potsquatch, very like-minded assholes. That's part of why we're gonna start calling him Uncle Gazzers in the show. You'll see this later. He'll be like, oh, okay, I'm Uncle Gazzers now. That's part of why he's gonna immigrate into Canada, and we're gonna be working together on kind of making genetics for everybody and making it all work and kind of do its thing, right? He's got a couple of fun experiments that he's been working on right now to just produce generalized seed stock for when we eventually do go legal. See, like, I'm not dead, everybody, by the way. It was funny. I saw online the other day, everybody, there's like this post about such and such magazine, and it's talking about dad bods, and I was all like, oh, it's like an entry competition, like enter your dad bod. So I'm like, I should enter my dad bod in this. All right. I mean, Andre 4000. In basic argument's sake, yes, technically, most plants, if left too long, especially if exposed to some high stress triggers as well, will herm and fuck themselves. But remember, it takes time for those seeds to develop too. So if it happens at the late end of the season, you got to run it like a whole nother season on there, and then you're opening yourself up to bud rot and other types of decay as flower tissue begins to desiccate itself over time. So if you're wanting to produce seeds, I mean, the best way is get a male and a female and get them to fuck, obviously, or get some pollen. If you're wanting to take an auto bean and create some form of bean, what I would do is, like, if you got like 4 autos, I'm assuming they're feminized too, so they're all females. Take the biggest, sexiest one and hit her with some colloidal silver. Get her to grow her own balls and knock up the other ones. I mean, I'm not an advocate for feminization. I hate it. I'm against it. I almost want to go all tyrannical on feminization in terms of genetics, and I'm against autos myself too in terms of the growth space. But I mean, there you go. I hope that helps. How was my week overall? It was quite good. It's been a good week. We've actually had some interesting sort of forward movement in terms of the TV show. Still going to take a long time to do that. I mean, but I've got a bunch of rich people who are interested in maybe paying for the show. Sadly, we're gonna have to be all professional about it. So we got to make a pilot, or a half pilot is kind of what we're proposing, and it's going to cost about $100,000. But I found the perfect location for us to go shoot the first episode, the pilot. That's going to hopefully get us the funding to create the TV show. And we're actually going to go shoot down to Texas, though. I've made the executive decision. Episode 1 of Strange Pots Unknown with Uncle Potsquatch is going to be down all in Texas. No, Roman Reckless, having the odd thrip in there still is not a scary thing when you have 20,000 predatory mites that have only been released into the environment 3 or 4 days ago. I'm not worried. Um, they're going to do their job, and it's going to be fine. Actually, Roman Reckless, Dr. Doom's Fogger, I have a can of it on my work shelf. Doesn't do shit to thrips. Thrips survive very quickly through Dr. Doom's Fogger. They are resistant. And also, too, you got to remember, all Dr. Doom's Fogger is going to do is, one, you can't use that in flower. That's stupid. Two, if you use it in veg, you can, but it's going to harm your plants and burn them a lot. Three, it's only addressing adult or semi-pupating things, and the fact is most of them can actually survive and hide in between leaf gaps, especially when it's bushy. So it does fuck all for actual thrip infestation. Dr. Doom really only has applications in terms of the end of a run and a transitional. Other than that, it is fucking useless. What's happening, Red Claws? How you doing, baby? What's up, Keith the Chief? Good to see you, baby. What's up, Ozzy Stoner's channel? How you doing, you wonderful bastard? We've still got to do a co-show. Let me know. And send me a link, and I can tune in from my stuff. Let's do it. I'm super on board with that, buddy. Jeremiah Sanchez, the burping may be annoying, but it's how you make the best putt. So you make sure you get on that burping and actually burp them. Nah, the fogger's not something you should be using on plants. Let's be fair. Dr. Doom foggers, where yes, you can use them technically in a vegetative state. I have done it. I actually did do it early on these. It did nothing. I hurt my plants, and thrips were still there. Did fuck all. Jake's all-in-one was vastly more effective in terms of application, and certainly less harmful to my plants than fucking hitting it with a fogger. Don't do it. Fuck that. That's stupid. Foggers should be used only at transition and cleaning and breakdown. That's the only time you should use a fogger in your grows. Any other time, fuck that shit. Just don't do it. You got the white fly. I see Monty's 420. Now, I'm pretty sure white fly is propagating in the soil, is it not? I'm pretty sure they propagate in the soil, if I'm remembering correctly. Aussie Stoner, actually, if you're available for a quick call after the show, dude, are we on each other's Instagram? Yeah, we're on each other's Instagram. I'll give you a video call if you're free for a quick one and we can figure something out. Jeremiah Sanchez says, have you heard of making an auto burping? I have no idea what you mean. Can you give me a rework on that one? What the heck do you mean, buddy? With the air pump. Well, again, it doesn't matter if something's a photo, an auto, or anything like that. We don't need to worry about that shit. When it comes to burping our shit, if we're talking about auto burping systems, and that's probably what you meant. You weren't talking about autogenetics, and now I'm just being stupid. But, yes, auto burping is a thing. I would say if your production is big enough to warrant it, then use it because, yes, it makes it more efficient and you have to do it that way. But even for a company, like once we go legal craft and get all of that here locally, even when we're producing hundreds of pounds, it will all be done by hand. We will never auto burp. The best cannabis is boutique, hands-on, artisan cannabis. I know that's really hard to do and most people won't do it. And that's cool. And so auto burping systems are a great option. They're a very legitimate thing, especially when you're bringing down some crazy weight and you don't have the people power to do it. Okay, so an auto burping system is fine, but really I wouldn't do it. Well, Roman Reckless, all I could speak to is maybe the thrips we got up in here in Canada are a little bit tougher. I don't know. But no, Dr. Doom's Fogger did nothing for the thrips that are found here locally in the west coast of Canada in the mountains. They laughed at it. We fogged it, then thrips were like, dude, you're an idiot. Like, Only the dumb ones that are slow got killed by that. We're all still here. Plus, also too, you got to remember once the eggs hatch, the pupae state falls into the soil and it propagates there. Like I mean, it's they hatch on such a fast sort of cycle window. Um, that really fogging does nothing except maybe kill some of the current adults. That's it. And at the same time, I'm not a fan of fogging plants. Even if you're in veg and you can get away with it, I've done it. I did at the beginning of this one even. But don't do it. I mean, at the end of the day, beneficial bugs, things that can come in there and fuck it up. I mean, that's the way to go. Don't fuck around with shit that's just a waste of money and time. No, Tony Clifton, they do not lay eggs even on leaves. They embed their eggs actually within the plant tissue. So that's where a lot of the damage that you will see classically coming from a thrip comes from is actually one in part from the adults feeding off the plant, but then also where their eggs are actually laid within the tissues of the plant and then it erupts out of the plant and then it falls down and begins pupating and eating organic material in your soils and then developing. Eventually, they do develop even wings if they live that long. I mean, rarely will you see indoor thrip infestations, even if they're left unchecked, get to the point of a winged state thrip. You won't see that as often indoors, but yeah, I mean, well, hey, I mean, I'm not going to be taking back a 15 pack on the show, but I am just drinking some beers, though. But it is funny, like, we think about the origin stories of the live streams we used to do. Like, it was usually me getting off the bar, pound a couple beers before I came home. And yeah, like, it was quite common for Uncle Potsquatch to pound anywhere from 8 to 20 beer in the show. And my wife would be all asleep, and I'd just be walking around the house and in the grow just pounding beers and being crazy. We got better numbers back then, too. Now, part of that, though, has to do with YouTube fucking us, but Tony Clifton, send me some pictures. I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see it. Monty Burrows. I've learned a thing or two over the years, my friend Monty. Not the end all be all. The true grower is a forever student. I'm always learning, but I've learned a thing or two, my friend. Jeremiah Sanchez. Not only do I trim everything by hand, I defoliate by hand. I do everything by hand. So every crop is nothing. No machines ever touch my shit. I mean, if you want to call a pair of spring-loaded scissors a machine, then yes. If you want to call me the operator of said spring-loaded scissors a machine, then yes. But no, everything's always hand-trimmed. It is the only true way to be. Have I ever tried to make my own beer? I've wanted to. I have a friend who even owns all the equipment to do it. We had another friend who makes his own beer a lot, and for years has always teased us with it. But I've never actually done it, though. I'd love to, but never have. Oh, Jeremiah Sanchez, to produce true top shelf cannabis, true trips, true quads. Um, it is a slow, arduous work that is more intense and harder work than anything in your life. But the funny thing is that's why all these big companies are fucking failing in Canada when it comes to cannabis. They don't understand what they're doing. And then they're sitting here where they're like, well, we did this, that, no one's buying our shit. Yeah, really. They're like, how do you do this? You don't you pay more for power, you pay more for equipment, you pay more for people's time than we do. And yet you're able to offer a price that's better than ours. Yeah. Because you hit the wrong pricing mechanism to the whole industry when you tried to get into it, you fucking idiots. You know what I'm saying? One second, everybody. I'm just trying to read here. I mean, red claws, I'd have to see a picture of it to see what the actual variegation status on it is. Like, what's it looking like? But I'd have to see before I could really give you an opinion on it. Monty says, "You tell me." I tell you what. I think I missed the first part of it. What's up, Josh Green? Welcome to the show, baby. I hope you're doing well. We're doing it old school today, having fun. I quite enjoy these old school shows. Just sort of floating around and talking with the cell phone. It's a hell of a lot easier than sitting at our set and sitting in a chair with a fancy microphone and the cameras. Sitting there doing it, you know? I mean, one day we'll have a production team and I'll be like, okay, so you got to have multiple cameras. We can start the show this way, but sometimes I'm just going to want to grab a camera and walk around with it, or have a camera team following me around. We'll do that. And it'll be fun. Sounds good, Red Claws. Welcome to Hell 420. Cheers to you, my friend. Monty Burrows, been watching me for a while. It's nice to be on live. How long have I been making videos for? We've been on YouTube doing this for a little over half a decade now. We just celebrated our 5-year anniversary in terms of the channel on YouTube on August the 10th. Today being September 1st, we're, I guess, roughly 3 weeks after that. So, yeah, videos, live streams would have come in when we were at about 3,000 or 4,000 subs. For a long time, I had the ability to do a live stream, but we never did that. Didn't really see the point, but you know, I'm an old man in my head, so I never got any of this crap. I still don't really. But we started doing them kind of like what we're doing now. So what you're tuning into right now is kind of an homage, an old school throwback to how we started our live streams, which is basically me with the cell phone, walking around, drinking and talking. And showing weed titties, basically. I hope that helps, Monty Burrows. How much do I smoke? Well, I'm assuming you mean cannabis, and the honest answer is I have no idea. I have not kept track of, in terms of daily or weekly pot consumption in 13 years. So I couldn't really tell you that. My prescription in Canada is a 10 gram a day prescription. That's what I hold under the medical system. But in terms of actual, what do I couldn't tell you. I'm actually touching the ceiling now. I'm only 6'1", by the way, so we have very, very, very short ceilings in the basement here. It is what it is. I'm a giant. Ah! What's up, Earth Creeper? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Well, and Jeremiah Sanchez, though, right? Like, proper medical application of cannabis for most ailments is actually, you do consume a lot of cannabis. It's kind of part of how it works. And I mean, the great thing is it's a plant. It's not going to fuck you up. And I mean, as long as you learn to not be a burnout and an idiot, okay, it's actually quite beneficial. Because really, like, when we're battling cancer, I've been there. I've done that. You know what I'm saying? And keeping ridiculously high elevated cannabinoid levels in your system is how you beat cancer. It's how you get off the cancer list or surgery list. That's how you really have to do it. So, you know, everyone who's ever come to me for advice in terms of medical cannabis, and they're really struggling with, you know, stage 3 or 4 cancer, I'm basically going to say to them, I'm going to be like, look, let's spend the next 3 or 4 weeks, and we're gonna get you higher and shit, and we're gonna just carbo load or cannabinoid load your system, right? And that's kind of how we start to do it, right? We just flood the whole system with it. Imagine it like flooding your soil with an H2O 2-3% solution, 1 part that to 4 parts water to take out fungus gnat larvae. Same shit in general concept when it comes to basic implementation of medical cannabis in terms of making our system at least function better and giving ourselves a basic quality of life. Hey, that's awesome, Monty's 420. I've been good to go for roughly 6 years now. I'm down a nut. I'm a one nut wonder now. I am the great and almighty Monoball. My favorite nut was taken to the dark side of the bald forest by Larry the Baltimore. The one I have left, well, his name, Bartholomew the True, my one and only Starbuck. My favorite, by default. Paddington, do not speak ill of the ACMPR in terms of the paying for the system. I want you to know that even that my doctor retired, so I have to pay for my licenses too. But it's not a pay-to-play system. The system, the federal system of the medical system of Canada, it has been abused by many of the underground, and we're going to call it that because it's true. But it's also been a way for the true farmers who got priced out of actual legalization for us to stay legal, at least to a point. But what I will say about the ACMPR system is it's not supposed to cost you any money other than printing the documents out and putting a stamp on the cocksucker. Any company that's charging money under this system is taking advantage of the fact that there's next to no GP availability for anyone to have a normal doctor here in Canada. Many doctors are still very anti-medical cannabis. So really, even though I utilize the same services, because once my doctor who had signed mine for over a decade retired, how dare you, bitch, you got old and retired. Damn it, Ellen. But, you know, I use the system too because it's the only option I have. But it's not a crock of the system. That is opportunistic, money-hungry people taking advantage of a situation. It's not the ACMPR system. And then you could say, well, the government allowed this to exist. Well, the government fucks up a lot of stuff and allows a lot to exist. That's part of why I'm actually going to be getting into politics. Potsquatch for Prime Minister. And I'm actually not even joking. I'm actually even thinking about joining a party, running for the local MP here in the Chilliwack Hope area. And then eventually the next step would obviously be stepping up and trying to take control of the political party and then actually making a run at the Prime Ministership of Canada. But, you know, get her real, be honest, get her done. Goal is 2 pounds per 4x4 and a double squatch. Or using a double squatch, I think what you mean, Roman Reckless, and that's totally doable. I do at least 2 a light. I've got 3 double squatches in there now, right now running, and that room is easily an 8 to 10 pound room. So, totally doable if properly utilized. Monty Burrows, I am actually a professional actor, voiceover artist. I have done a number of different things over the years. I recently just shot a show for the ATPN, actually. And I do 1001 voices. I'm a professional voiceover artist. However, sadly, it's a lot harder to break out. You can't just do things. I've been doing the acting world professionally in film and television for over a decade now. And let's be honest, I personally feel my resume is fairly pathetic in terms of what I could do. And it's harder to break out than you think in terms of things. But I am actually already a professional voiceover artist. I am actually already a professional actor, filmmaker, and even writer. But, you know, you keep on stroking and fighting the hard fight and do what you can, right? And keep going. It's how we built this bloody little community. It's how we built this YouTube. It's how we built our company. It's how we built the lighting brand, you know. Know your values, know what you stand for, stick to it, never say die, just say fuck it and keep going. Yeah, I mean, homegrown cannabis, I mean, it sucked for me, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, standing here as a one-nutted man, no. I don't even give a shit. I don't even notice. It's funny. I'll share a personal story. I remember the first time I slept with a woman after losing a testicle to cancer, and so I was all like super shy about it and kind of like conscientious about it. So we were sitting there afterwards, and I was like, "So I've got to ask, how was it sleeping with a one-bald man?" And we're friends still to this day. The woman who this was with, and she's from Australia, and she just looks at me and she goes, "All right, yeah, fuck, I forgot." So it was not anywhere near as big of a deal. Really, having one nut or two, who gives a shit? As long as the stupid thing works, you're good. That's right, the one-nutted Prime Minister of Canada, Uncle Potsquatch. Fuck, we'd turn things around right quick if I was running the damn country. And hell, we'd help a lot of other countries too. I could help the world actually and spend a hell of a lot more or less money than our current administration has. Not only would I help our people, I would help the people around the world, and I'd reduce the deficit. That's called just basic arithmetic and knowing how to run a business. Because really, if you think about the actual generalized income of a country, it's basically a business. So really just run it right and run it smart. I mean, stop making stupid decisions. And, that would be the start. I mean, that'd be probably the biggest fight, I think, initially, if I were to come into office and running any country, would be the entrenched old fogies who are making their own cutoff shit. But that's okay. We can overcome that. That's what tenacity's for. And really, at the end of the day, if you're in the political office, if you're in a place of leadership in any country, you're not there to make friends with your combatants in the parliament. You're there to serve the fucking people. That's literally the point of the job. So fuck them if they don't like me. I got all of you backing me, so they can go suck a fucking dick. And I'll say that publicly as a leader of a country. The first swearing Prime Minister of Canada. Fuck them if they can't take a joke. Canada's here, everybody. We're back. Our tenacity's back. How's it going? Okay, wait. So, Aaron, did you actually find the shit that I did in that show? I've never actually been able to acquire the digital thing to watch it and find myself. I haven't seen it. Probably it would have been season 2 or 3 that you would have seen me in doing the main episode where I was a thing where I had a little mustache or whatever. I'm actually throughout the show doing a lot of stuff. I play both sides all the time. But, and we got taken down and escorted out and but if you actually found that shit, fuck, at least one of us has seen it. Yeah, exactly, Paddington. One, like, let's just say hypothetically, for devil's advocate's sake, let's say the actual conflict in over there was required. If I was running the country, I'd find a way to do it for a hell of a lot cheaper than $300 million per fucking day. And that's where you begin to question, was it a war? Or really, were we achieving something? Was there something else going on there, right? I see a lot of inflated contracts that were pointless in terms of how that one went, but that's just me. Hey, I mean, Monty Burrows, I got to fix my country first, but I've always made the joke. I mean, many people have, over the years have said Potsquatch for president. One, I am a Canadian citizen, born and raised. So the American Constitution would have to be changed for me to be the president. But, if America wanted my help, after I'm done fixing Canada, I'll give you at least 4 years. I'll call it a long-term work vacation. And I'll come down there and try to help you sort out your country too. I'd be happy to do it. You're our cousins anyway. Gotta get her done anyway. Hey, that's awesome, Roman Reckless, by the way. That's very happy. Yes, I was on seasons 1 and 2 of Hitler's Last Stand. They called me, or was it seasons 1 and 2? I was definitely on. Was I on season 3? No. They called me for season 3, and I said, "You can't afford me to shave." And they said, "Well, how much would it cost you to get you to shave?" And I said, $50,000. And then they're like, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah, no offense, guys. You're just National Geographic. You can't afford me to shave. This is my look now. This is my brand. So I will shave for money for a film project, but you got to make it worth my while. And I ain't doing that for a National Geographic docudrama." Hey, and you know what's fun? Homegrown cannabis. According to my Ancestry.ca genetics, I am mostly Scottish. 46% of my active genome is a Scot. That's all right, Monty's 420. I've overfilled my little flowering room. It's going to be interesting by the time it's done, too. I would say I don't necessarily disagree with you, Paddington, but what I think would be interesting is to see what would happen if a leader came in and just said, "Go fuck yourselves" to all of them. That would be kind of what I ran for. I'm going to run the country for the people. Maybe the first time in a long time. I'm a simple man from Canada. I come from poor parents who are both priests. I built something of myself, and I'm working on building more. But you know, the right big companies will partner with my view on things, and the ones that don't, well, go fuck yourselves. You want to try to kill me? Go for it. Assassinate my ass. Good luck. The world needs a shakeup. The world needs a restructuring. Um, there's an ability for companies to exist, and for money to exist, and for governments to exist, and people to be taken care of, though. In all countries and around the world. I mean, we are one human race on one fucking planet. We need to fucking pull our heads out of our fucking asses and actually start thinking pragmatically, in my humble 2 cents. But this is a Grow Show. I am starting a new channel for all this political or scientific rant crap, in my humble 2 cents. So we're going to be starting another show where we can all talk about these things. I got to watch myself because sometimes I like to, start talking. Last Stand. Hitler's Last Stand, my friend. I know, but isn't that fun though, Roman Reckless? Big plants inside is where you get a lot of really good dope. Well, actually, maybe we'll raise it to 100K right now, Tony Clifton, because we need $100,000 to shoot the half pilot for the pitch presentation to the investors who are actually willing to potentially fund our TV show. So I got to come up with that first. Thought I looked familiar from what? Homegrown cannabis. Well, that's the funny thing, right? Like, if I were to run for political office, I mean, if I hate labels, but if I had to label myself, I would call myself a socialist capitalist. What does that mean? One, I'm not afraid to make money. But two, here's a good little example. If my company had a decision between making $9 million or making $14 million, but if I took $9 million for my annual intake, my company gross proceeds after taking care of my staff and empowering my employees and paying them a livable wage, paying them pensions, paying them fucking benefits, helping them put their damn kids through school. Fuck it. I'll make 8 million. I'll see your 9 and raise you to 8 or lower it to 8. I'll throw another $1 million into the damn company to help people that work for me. I'm still making $8 fucking million. That's after cost of everything. If anyone was on my board of governors or a shareholder and had an issue with that, I'd buy them out and kick them out the fucking door of the ass. That's called socialist capitalism. I'm not afraid of making money. But if I'm going to make some fucking money, I'm going to take care of some fucking people too. Fuck that. World's gotten too greedy and just taking care of number one in I language and thinking about the damn selves. The very basis of the origin of the concept of freedom wasn't about I. It was about we. It was the idea of the greater whole of the community. And that's what I stand for, both in business and in terms of my maybe political career we're talking about one day if I run for it. So I'll put it to this way. I'd probably be the most entertaining politician to come along in a long time. My technical job would be a politician, but I don't think most politicians would like me in their club. Oopsie poopsie. Yes, Jose Canelo, and my big grows, I typically do CO2 injection. That's part of why I do the club soda trick. It does up your yield about 15% on average. I wouldn't use a CO2 injection system in my home grow because I've got small pets and, CO2 sinks to the ground. It's not very safe. But, hell, maybe we'll bring in some breathable bags for fun into this grow. But I'll be honest with you, my weight is better than those who run CO2 without it even, with how I approach things. So, I mean, it'd be scary to see what would happen with a little CO2. Ah, that makes sense, homegrown cannabis. Now I understand. Uncle Potsquatch Wallace, Scotland. Hey, have a wonderful day, Monty Burrows. It was wonderful to see you. It's a total pleasure back at you, my friend. Oh, well, Monty Burrows, I'm glad it was that for you. Some hate it, some enjoy it, some go, what the fuck am I doing on this channel? But I'm glad it was good for you, my friend. I mean, bedrooms would do, but I mean, at the end of the day, I think a bedroom's high parts per million in terms of CO2 content would have to do if you were sleeping in there. So even though I've utilized a bedroom down here in the one-bedroom apartment into a flowering room, I'm not producing CO2 without me sleeping in there. But yeah, sleep with your plants. Your exhalation while sleeping will help them. Just don't knock them over. Welcome to Hell 420. I mean, at the end of the day, I hear your sentiment behind it, and I will say that it is bullshit, and it is all silly. And you'd be surprised at what I think is stupid. A lot of people get surprised when they hear my take on a lot of stuff, but there's always hope. The day we fucking lose hope on society and people is the day we're fucked. And I'm sorry. It will take someone killing my ass to stop believing and standing up for us actually as a society of all people around the world working together and figuring this cocksucker out. I'm sorry. Fuck that. I will never concede that. I will work until my last living breath to try for that dream. One human race, one fucking planet. We can do this. We're a bunch of fairly creative dumb apes, I think. So I think we could probably pull this fucker off if we just stop being idiots. Stop bickering in the wrong way, learn to have adult conversations again, and maybe pull our heads out of our asses. Oh, Roman Reckless, you're not wrong, and I've run similar systems, but no, I'm just not going to do it. Hey, what's up, Nate Cott, Weld and Shine? How are you, my friend? Good to see you. I don't believe I've ever read your name in the show, so welcome. Nice to see you. I hope you're well. We're doing an old school show. We used to do it this way with just me and a cell phone and just having fun. And today, well, I wanted to do it old school. Fuck the set and fuck all the fancy equipment. I just wanted to sit down and talk to my goddamn fucking people. Imagine me as the leader of a country. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a message from your prime minister slash president, wherever country I was running. Sup, cocksuckers. I'm just here to say hi. How you doing? Opening up a live chat to the entire country and try to talk to everyone. No, I agree, Paddington. I was being a bit of a git in terms of what I was saying, and I apologize, Paddington. I was having some fun with you. I apologize. I was being a bit of a dink, but no, I was just having fun. Good and no, but I watched a lot of your videos. Good and no to what? That's the problem when I'm talking to everybody. I kind of forget everything. Well, I'm glad you've watched some of our videos. I mean, some of them are actually pretty good. All of them are at least entertaining. But I will stand by that at least some of the content we've released over the years I feel fairly good about. And, well, you know, I'm having fun today. I was like, fuck it. Let's just sit around and talk on the phone. Fuck this silly set today. I just want to hang out with you. Yeah, my friends. It's time for a darty party. Maybe we should pop out to the garden this one. Show everyone some beautiful mountains or something. Well, to be fair, in my honest, humble 2 cents, after seeing both in Canada and America, the candidates on either side or any sides, they're all a joke. I'm pretty sure I could do a better job of running any country than anyone in politics right now. Is that an egotistical statement? Maybe. But you know what? You think I'm being a facetious dick? You think I'm being an arrogant ass? Then challenge me. Give me the chance. Let's see what happens. Nate Carp Shine. I mean, I love CO2-based yeast breathable systems, especially for the small at-home grower. They're absolutely wonderful. We actually released a few videos showing people how to make them. Thank you, Paddington. I built it myself. Well, I bought an H-frame 10-ton press that's a bearing press and strap plates and a controller on it. If you can constitute that building your own, then yes. So Paper Scratcher in Canada, Budweiser's produced here. So American Budweiser does taste like shit. That's why a lot of my American friends also drink Bud Light. But in Canada, we have proper Budweiser produced here, and it doesn't taste like ass. Yes, but Roman Reckless, always be careful though. Tobacco mosaic virus is a very real thing, and you can transmit it by smoking around your plants like that. So I'm never one to advocate tobacco smoking around the plants. Don't do that. It's bad. Stag beer? I've had a stag beer many moons ago. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I do believe I know what you mean. If it's any consolation, Christopher Thomas, I mean, if there's one thing that seemingly interesting about political systems in almost any country, it seems the one thing that we can all get along on is that we all, no matter what we do, no matter what we think, no matter how we evolve, seem to keep picking like these children to run the semi-trucks, which is the country. What would happen if we elected a real person who's not an idiot and also isn't afraid to fucking be real? And again, we return to the platform. Uncle Potsquatch for Prime Minister. Too bad I couldn't do a late entry, into the federal election coming up in Canada. Independent wins the country. But no, sadly, that's not how our system really works. But, there's flaws with everything. Hey, Red Claws, have a wonderful day at work. Thank you for tuning into the show. Much love and respect back to you. Much love, and keep it real, keep it sexy. Hey, Eugene Dolan, I actually do consultation as part of what my company does and part of my career does, and I'm happy to sit down with any world governments and be real with them and talk about in terms of legalization or hell, any matter. They're going to have to prepare themselves that it might hurt to hear the truth. Paper scratcher, no. I don't shave this beard, not anymore. I shaved my beard for the industry for years. My current agent at the time, not my current agent now, but my current agent back then, wanted me to be this pretty boy, because, actually, there's a fairly attractive human being underneath this, actually. But that's not where my career is at. It's not my interest. And, once the hair started migrating from up here down to the rest of me, I said, fuck it. Start shaving my head and grow the beard out. I'm just a big, hairy animal. But yes, for film projects, I will shave. A lot of people ask me often, what would be, if you could pick any film project for you to do as an actor, what would you want to do? I want to remake Mrs. Doubtfire, where I play Mrs. Doubtfire. And this will sound arrogant beyond belief, but I think I'm the only actor on the face of the planet that could live up to Robin Williams and do a performance where Robin Williams would be sitting there as a ghost, like, that's good. I'd shave for that one, because I'd have to. No, God, none of your mom, I'm not shaving. Something tells me you may have found a picture of me without face hair, Paddington. There's a human under there. I know, it's freaky. Freaks most people out when they see me when they see pictures of me when I used to have hair and not a beard. They're like, wait, that's what's under there? It's like, I know, right? It's shocking. But come on, look at this beard, right? Hello. It's a good time. Paper Scratcher, she works in film, so she's gone most of the time. But she's working in film. The next television show, she's finishing up a show and transitioning into another TV show she's shooting. And she's going to be working actually in the proms department on the next one. Ooh, Christopher Thomas. What's my favorite horror film? Oh, as a filmmaker and writer, I couldn't say that I have a definitive favorite horror film of all time. It's too diverse a genre. I will share that I have a true passion for old school horror films, and I love B and C roll horror films. The worse they are, sometimes the more I love them. And but if I had to pick, Poltergeist was a great film. The series in general, I watch it because I love it, and it has a soft spot nostalgia-wise in my heart. But the first film was the true epic one there. I've seen a lot of good horror recently that I was quite impressed with the writing. But classic horror, I'd probably pick, if I had to pick one film that I'm always happy to watch, probably Poltergeist. Oh, Misha Dangsta, dreadlock in my beard just sounds itchy. Sports are getting quite long, guys, now, you know. There's hair down here, even. I'm holding on to hair right here. No, yeah, I'm all about embracing it. Once I started going bald, I was like, you know what, I'm the only reason why there's other hair on my head right now is because I'm fucking lazy. It's one thing I miss about living in the city. I could just go in and get my head shaved, go to the barber shop, get a proper straight razor shave. It was a beautiful thing. Right? Poltergeist was a great film. When I'm toking, I've got some joints of Rockstar rolled up there, Gancho, and on your mama. I'm having a smoke right now, but. What's up, Grow Big 207? I'm doing well. How you doing, baby? We're doing an old school show today, just playing with it. Coming to you from the mountains of Hope, British Columbia. Yes. Keeping it sexy. Keeping it real. Oh, so pretty. Look at this giant tree on my property. It's a big motherfucking tree. Madison at Telcom. What the fuck's Telcom? Sorry, everybody. I thought I turned on the Do Not Disturb on my phone, but Madison Telcom is calling it. Whatever the fuck that is. Watch that be like some big giant roll that was actually being offered to me just now, and I just fucking hung up on them. Probably not, though. Let's be fair. Statistically, we're safe. Well, I don't even know what you mean by the Hope Diner. There isn't a place called the Hope Diner here. If there was at one point in time, it doesn't exist anymore. I'm actually one of the bartenders of the Silver Chalice, though. And, yeah. So, if you're ever through Hope, BC, Potsquatch is the bartender at the Silver Chalice. Well, one of them. But, yeah. Maybe one day we'll buy that bar and we'll make it Potsquatch's bar. Well, we're not, Roman Reckless, we're not paying for a third party to go test anything. I have asked Brett a bunch of times to shoot a par testing video, and he's going to send that to me, but he hasn't done it yet. If you want third party spectrograph testing in terms of spectrum, that's already on the website. You just got to go look it up. Yeah, so that will be coming whenever Brett shoots it, but I'm waiting for Brett to actually do it. Blue restaurant on the right on the way in from the byway. It's a diner. Huh. I don't know if I've been there yet, to be fair, Paddington. Paddington, are you from where I'm from? Sounds like you're maybe fairly close to I am. Oh, good time. If there is a Hope Diner that I'm unaware of, god damn it, I apologize to them. I have yet to be aware of it, and I haven't checked it out. I do like a good turkey dinner, though, with proper fixings. I will say that. It's that time. For the first time in so long, everybody. It's a live stream during the live stream. A thing that we used to do that usually freaked people out that were new to the channel. Some of you are new now, but it's called diuretic. Back in the day, we would do this. It's not weird. It's called I'm drinking beer. I don't want to end the show. I don't want to leave you hanging. So, it's a live stream during the live stream. Hashtag boom. Everybody pees. Oh, good times. I haven't done one of those in a show for so long. I mean, we'll be, you know, we're slowly growing in every way. But I mean, yeah, I'll be honest with you, Roman Reckless. The beautiful part, when our lights are really going to truly take off and become something that's even crazier than they are now, will be the day when I have enough money to buy Brett's company. Brett, if you're watching, I'm sorry, but I have every intention of eventually buying you out. I want to own your company. I want your contacts. I want our supply chain people, and I want to take over production. I want to take over everything, and designs, to be fair. But that's kind of our end goal. Brett, if you see this, it's nothing bad. It's nothing a judgment of you. It's just, you know, I'm younger than you are. You're close to retirement age. Eventually, I want to buy your company out from you and just take it on in and absorb Soul Strip into the Potsquatch movement. But we're working now. Oh, the home restaurant. Yeah, I know the home restaurant. I know the home restaurant. I've actually not been there yet, though. Where are you from, Paddington? Where in the hood you living, son? Or sister? I mean, Roman Reckless, I totally hear you, my friend. Like, we're not in a place where really that's on the line right now. I mean, the fact is we're doing okay. And I'm just going to rely on the fact that people are really starting to buy our rigs and use them. And they're starting to realize, holy shit, this shit is legit. And, it's a side effect of me trying to roll a bunch of balls forward, but part of why I want to buy out Soul Strip and own all the lights outright and, you know, buy out Brett is because then I can actually do exactly anything and everything I want in terms of growing it and growing it aggressively and getting us out there. I only have so much say in things in terms of how our partnership currently works, right? So that's one of the things I'm working towards as well. Technacia says thoughts on soil and salts. I mean, are we talking about generalized salt buildup from using bottled nutrients in terms of using a dirt or a soil-based medium? Is that what you mean there, Technacious? What's up, Canopy Krala? How you doing? Hey, Angry Emu, I'm doing well, and thank you very much. I'm doing all right. We rolling, rocking and rolling. Here, we'll go stand in with the plants for a bit while we're talking and reading. Why not? There we go. Excuse me. Here's line 1. Line 2. There's a cute little short one there too as well. She's still there. Sorry, I'm just doing some random defoliation as we're sitting here. Titties be happening, motherfuckers, though. Titties. Ew. Here, I'll see if I can make you a sexy, like, swooping thing then, Gudgeon on your mama. See, we got a carbon scrubber over here. As you notice, we don't run our carbon piping it out. No, we run it ambiently. One works better and actually adds to the longevity of your filter. As you can tell, my work hours have kind of tightened up a bit on me. And this is where defoliation is going to help. Maybe a bit of binding too. Oh, if 10 gram is a 49 plant limit, then I am a 20 gram license. I have a 98 plant license. I couldn't remember how it worked in my head. We are a 98 plant license. Fun fact though, this is only 16 plants. There's exactly 16 plants in here. Only 16. And like I shared earlier when we were here before, see some of these stressed out leaves? This is from our savage jaking. I haven't gone through and defoliated these ones yet. But, yeah. This is the remnants of how hardcore we were jasing it. But see, the plant's completely recovered. Okay, we just defoliate these out. Boom, done. All good. Keeping it sexy, keeping it real, bitches. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I'm strictly indoor Paddington. So then, yes, we are at 20 gram a day. My old license would have been 10 because I doubled it on the last run. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. YouTube right now is probably like, oh crap, he's showing weed plants and we're letting him monetize this. Ah! Fucking dumbasses. Good times. Drank all the beer. There's more beer upstairs. Yes, canopy crawler. These are in 5-gallon buckets. Are you in cocoa or living soil? Neither. I'm just using HP Pro Mix. Hate cocoa on its own. HP Pro Mix has a bit of cocoa in it, and I'm not a living soil guy either. I mean, I do it occasionally, but no. Well, Paddington, I mean, maybe in terms of what they're approving now, but I know people who have thousands upon thousands of plant licenses under the ACMPR system. But maybe that's a current what they're approving. But there's still ones that exist that are vastly bigger. Well, the one thing I can say, Reverend Veritas, is that lights at least work. They grow weed. I'm at least proving that. Light bleaching also more so has to do with blurple lights and targeted singular spectrums and actually ultraviolets and infrareds. That's actually where light bleaching comes from. I have never once witnessed light bleaching with a white broad spectrum fucking LED ever. And you know I fucked around with it. So yeah. Light bleaching has only ever occurred in my existence of truly seeing it on blurple lights with upgraded infrared and ultraviolets. It's the only time. I wouldn't say we're the best grow laws in the world. We're okay. We're certainly better than Australia, but there's a lot of shit that's really fucked with their system, in my humble 2 cents hook. I tell you. No. Paddington, you got to remember though that there's old MMARP grandfathered in licenses, which are huge. I used to have one, but I moved to Europe and then it expired and I couldn't renew. But basically, the ACMPR system, unless they've changed something now, has never had a cap to how many plants you're actually allowed in terms of what your prescription can be. I know people that hold singular licenses for vastly higher plant numbers. I've seen their licenses. So unless something's changed recently, you can technically get them. But let's be fair, no one, if they're producing even for themselves and a few people, needs more than a couple hundred plants at maximum. That's the biggest load of crap and crock, and that's where a big window was left open for the ACMPR system and even the MMARP, especially back in the day, and how it was abused in terms of legal raisons. Um, I have a 98 plant license because I need that many plants to one, keep mothers, create the next generation, as well as do some breeding programs to develop proper things, right? So that's why I have a 98 myself. Granjanana, your mama, I've never seen a light bleaching in terms of what we're talking about from an HPS system. If HPS systems get close enough where the lumens are going to start fucking with it, they're just going to burn the plant. Uh, you get bears, Squatch? Like, do you mean, are there bears in where I live? Yeah, but most of my country has bears in it, to be fair. 93% of the country is undeveloped. It's all open wilderness. So there's bears everywhere. Bears and cougars and not tigers, but oh my. Hell yeah, Aussie Stoners channel. We'll talk soon, son. We'll talk soon. I'll call you in a bit once the show is done. I'm almost done. I'll give you a shout real quick, buddy. Leaf burn, and that is in reference to a previous statement. Did you say? Leaf burn can happen in a number of different ways. But we're not talking in terms of the light bleaching stuff and HPSs. When it gets too close, I haven't seen proper light bleaching in terms of the bleaching of the chlorophyll from an HPS. I have. If you get close enough to it, it just burns. You get in a foot and a half of a proper 1,000 watt HPS lighting system. If you have hair, I have it here. It's on fire. Yeah, and it's not like a chem burn or anything like that. I mean, what I'm talking about when the plant gets burned, it's literally burnt. Like it has been passed or pushed past the point of where it can healthily handle its own, and it gets burned. Oh yeah, Aaron. I got some old school growers who grew up, using HPSs, and they've still got scars in their bodies decades later from HPSs. True story, my friend. I'll tell you. Holy shit. Hell yeah, Richard Harrington. But yeah, in terms of the grow, I gotta get in there. I gotta do a big water today, and then start doing some prep work. We gotta shoot the update video for everyone tomorrow too. So we'll probably make it like a half and half video, half update, half chores of what we're doing. Betty says hi, everybody. You saying hi, Betty? This is little doggy. Say hi, puppies. Oh, there's a good girl. Who's a good girl, Betty? You good girl? What's up, Mark? Mogwai. Kiss your mother with that mouth. That's rude, Betty. No. Super rude. How dare you say that? No. What? How could you say that? Yeah, you should feel bad. Silly Betty. Sorry, everybody. I'm just stoned and having fun. No, well, patented though. Proper light bleaching does occur though with the old school style Blurple tech with the 3 and 5 watt chips, utilizing infrareds and cranking it out. That's actually, and my theory always on how it worked, and this is again just an educated kind of imagining of it, is actually those targeted spectrums of the blurples kind of coming through, then with targeted infrareds and other things kind of coming through, is actually like oddly degrading the chlorophyll because it's only getting such specific certain wavelengths. So that's where like I've never experienced something with a white broad-based spectrum chip. These lights are vastly more powerful, cranking out way more light than anything I ever used in a blurple. And I think it was the targeted actual wavelengths of light that were creating what we were witnessing when the bleach out happened. Eugene Dolan, the doctor's good. Well, blurples were LEDs too. It was just the Mark I technology. And the fun joke about blurple tech is its basic basis of when it first kind of came onto the scene was actually based out of some really old experiments NASA did in space for like growing basic shit. Um, the basic targeted singular systems weren't designed for cannabis, and it was like, ooh, it's done by math. So that's where a lot of the original blurple origin on things came from, and then it took us time to kind of pull our heads out of our asses in terms of that and figure out other things. But see, Roman Reckless, I'm sorry, like even if that's written in a book somewhere, I'm going to question that because I've been doing this a long time and I've seen it and I've watched light bleaching, and it can't just be from generalized light intensity because if it were, I'd be experiencing it with the way I run my fucking. Sometimes I get my squash lights right on the fucking bud zones, like super close, and I would experience it there, but I don't. I've only ever experienced it with a targeted, upgraded spectrum with infrareds on an old school Plurple setup, and that's where it's a specified light intensity is in terms of my experience of how it happens, seemingly from what I'm witnessing in the plant itself. So I don't think it's just generalized light intensity. I can't buy into that. Um, but I will buy into targeted light intensity that's just somehow on certain plants just zapping it out. Oh, there you go, suburban life. Excuse me, everybody. I hope everyone doesn't mind that we're kind of doing this live stream old school style. I'm actually quite enjoying it. It's nice to hang out with you all again and just kind of walk around and hold the phone and talk to everybody. We'll have to have an in-depth conversation over it, but I don't know. In a classical light bleaching, I've only ever witnessed it in blurple lights. I've never witnessed it in any other form. And I understand where you're talking about what's happening in terms of a deficiency being happened out by respirating plant tissues in terms of you're saying it. And sure, okay. But I'm disagreeing on the trigger. That's my main thing, is I don't think it is generalized light intensity because I've never seen it with broad spectrum light. I've only ever seen it with targeted light spectrum intensity. See what I'm saying? I think the puppies need to go to pee. So one, puppy, stay inside, but then I'll let you out in a second. We're probably gonna have to end the show in a bit. I gotta take care of the dog. There we go. See, here's the funny thing, Paddington. I bet you I can match, if not beat your yield, without scrogging. It's all about style. My main issue with scrogging is it makes it very inaccessible to actually work and operate, right? Like, and so the basic scrog approach of having some kind of like lines on a certain horizontal plane of like structuring the formation of a plant, yeah, fuck yeah, I get it. But just like a giant all-encompassing net that ties all my titties into a certain region and it makes it impossible for me to get in there really and do any work drives me insane. Monty's 420, I haven't knuckled anything. And I'm only going to knuckle on the tops because they're too tall. My plants are strong enough to be unknuckled. Josh Howell, okay, but I'm trying to like be all professional when it comes to shit. I won't lie to you, I prefer just doing the show this way too and just fucking talking and being on a fucking phone. I like this better too. It feels more natural to me and I can have fun and just chat with everybody. But I'm trying to look legitimate to the world too, right? So I gotta do both. Maybe we gotta do some of these more often though. Tony Clifton, I can't let the little midget dogs run free because we live surrounded by wilderness and there's a lot of things that could just, literally walk down the back laneway behind my house. It's a little green space off my property there between the houses. It's like grass. It's not even an alley. It's like a grass laneway and then it's closed on the one end by another property. But like, you can wake up any morning and all of a sudden there's a bear just walking down that shit. Dude. You're like, oh crap, I got midget dogs. Combined weight of 10 pounds. Here, let me go and get the cat. He's at least 23 pounds and super dangerous. So it's like, if one of the animals has to take on a large animal, the dogs ain't them. The cat will do it. But, you know what I'm saying? You never know. There's even like signs in my neighborhood. I can show you walking like it's a block away. Be careful, you're in bear country. There's bears. It's quite funny. And I'm not trying to be bickering with you, Roman Reckless, either. Like, I'm literally, see, for me, like, a lot of people sometimes find me off combatant when I take a stance on something, or like, I'm not. I quite enjoy Discord and actually talking. And because I'm just sort of thinking about it, and thinking about what we're talking about, and what I've seen over the years. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. There's got to be something targeted. And it's only when I'm using certain types of rigs that I've ever really seen what we're talking about. So, by basic deduction of just seeing a lot of fuckery, I had to say something. But I wasn't being a dink. I was actually quite enjoying that, Roman. Ah, I love a good intellectual discord of contemplation of anything, really. That's how we evolve and move forward on ideas and thoughts as a community. We talk, we share. It's not about it, and it was fun. So I hope you took it in a good way. I'm sure you did. But I had fun with it. Oh yeah, definitely need to up, and it's not just CalMag though. In general, like under LED, plants eat a shitload more. They also typically have a slightly tighter finishing window in terms of using other traditional high intensity discharge lighting systems, right? Like, but when you switch to LED, they eat a shit ton. They eat a lot. They like to eat it. My basic theory in terms of why plants eat more in terms of LED lighting systems is because with a high intensity discharge lighting system of traditional value indoors, okay, we're force feeding photons into the plant. We're cramming it down its throat. We're force feeding the chicken. But the way the photons actually come out of an LED and the way they conduct into the plant tissues is a vastly more agreeable light source to the plant's ability to actually just ingest it and use it than, you know, using HPS or metal halide, right? So the plant's just happier. It's like, this is better light. Like, fuck it. Like, I can do more work now. I'm just going to do this. And like, fuck though, I've been hitting the gym all day. You know, I'm hungry now. Fuck, you know. Shit, give me some more food, you know. And that's my theory on it, you know. It's because the light is so much more agreeable to the plant's tissues in terms of photosynthesis than a high intensity discharge lighting system. Boom, gets hungrier, it's happier, wants to work out more. It's in the gym more, you know? Right? Sorry, everybody. I'm just playing catch up on everybody's messages and reading. Not much. Just kind of all saying the same thing, really. Well, my friends, I love it too, Roman. My friends, this has been a wonderful hangout. It's been a wonderful live stream. Sadly, it's still only about 4:30 or 5 or so here. And well, there's still much for me to do today, both in the grow and in other ways. But, my friends, my family, my fellow Potsquatchers, it has been a wonderful time. It's been nice to have the old school just hang out with a phone. I know it might make some of you sick that are new to the channel watching me sweep around like this, but I'm just a man with a phone. This is where it started. Maybe this is where it should remain. AK, we'll occasionally do some of these new shows for you that are old shows, but yeah. I will leave everyone as I say the outro to a beautiful view of the mountains and the sky. Remember, the true grower is the forever student. The true grower is not afraid to take risks. The true grower makes educated, stupid decisions. Stay frosty. Stay sexy. Word to your mother. Peace the fuck out, motherfuckers. Bye.